Nasir Elrufai is working with another group to turn Nigeria into a Muslim country, group discloses. Elrufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, has drawn criticism from the Middle Belt Forum of Nigeria. They contend that Elrufai is a bigot and he has inflamed religious tension in Nigeria. Absolutely. This man, let's not get into it. The group claimed that they did not support El-Rufai's actions because he had been given religious speeches that might pose a serious threat to Nigeria and was unfit to hold office there. El-Rufai is preparing to convert Nigeria into a Muslim nation, the group said, adding that we have condemned the act. El-Rufai intends to seize control of Nigeria using religion. At this point, it could work. He was a strong supporter of the APC Muslim ticket prior to the presidential election. He wants to stop the Christian religion from ever taking the helm in Nigeria. The group declared that they disapproved of El-Rufai's plans to turn Nigeria into a Muslim country and that they were ashamed of his behavior. We can keep talking. We can talk shame. We can say we don't agree. It is embarrassing. But if anything, and if these people are very strategic, they have literally prepped Nigeria for that kind of takeover. I mean, of course, it can be a war, blah, 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 but at this point, that's why Nigerians always look to the international community, because we can't help ourselves. If someone doesn't come, we are finished. So it's a thing where it's like, with how, the present ruling party, El-Rufai, how religious tactics and tensions and speeches have used to incite, provoke, and create tension just on a normal sense. Let's even forget presidential election. I mean, this is like an active thing that just happens, There are people, and that's the thing. You can have your religious beliefs, great, but that's the thing. A country that cannot be diverse, if in our diversity we can't move, it's a problem, because the world is moving, and that's the thing. It's like there are cities that are so diverse. London, New York, these are places where trade, business it's at a peak level every year, and they're so diverse. They are so diverse, and I made this comment before when there's been news about Igbo businesses and Sanwo-Olu trying to destroy a market. I've not forgotten the name, and it came to mind about how in London there's a place called Chinatown. It's literally a section of London where there's literally Chinese restaurants, Chinese whatever, everything Chinese. It's just there. So do you have people in England? I mean, don't get me wrong. With the behavior of the people, yes, there are people who come out and say comments here and there. Great. But to the extent that you will now find people in England now fighting and saying, how can you have Chinatown? How can you do this? And it's like, it just goes to show where we are as a people. Of course, we are human beings, and human beings want to feel power and possession over their land. Great. But the world, in terms of you being is a superpower, the conversations that we are having is very embarrassing. It really is. And so it's like, turning Nigeria into a Muslim country has been, in conversation. Buhari is trying to do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, if anything, if that's their intentions, they've prepped Nigeria so well, because this whole Muslim ticket, we have no power. If they decide to make Nigeria a Muslim country, then what would people do? Can it happen? It can never happen. People say that. It can what? How can he do that? It can never happen. Can never happen. What if? Listen, Buhari had a second term. He ran for a second term. Tinubu is president. These are very big things that, I personally thought, okay, if I can't be absolute, there is also a chance that the outcome might not be the outcome. But in this case, I don't know. But I think, obviously, with El-Rufai and his comments, I can definitely speak on that. He's definitely, in the past, said things to provoke, incite, tension within tribes and, religious tension. The whole Muslimism ticket. Some Nigerian politicians always make it as in, if they don't mention that they are Muslim, their speech is not complete. You know what I mean? And, take pride in that, but you are not just leading Muslims alone. So To be fair, and they say power is in the north. Listen, nothing is unachievable, especially when those in power with the resources and the strategies and who basically own the minds of the people in their hands. Listen, anything is possible. I'm not saying, I can't confirm or deny that Elrufai has his plans. Middle Belt had just, to be honest, they're making accusations and they don't necessarily have concrete evidence. It's just what they are saying. But what I can definitely say that is wrong, and I can speak on, is Elrufai's comments in the past that have, been seen and have proven to cause, religious tension several times. That is definitely a thing. But now, you could have all sort of suspicions. The Muslimism ticket with, the president and the vice president in office. A lot of power in the north. I mean, I'm not saying that it's true, but it's not impossible because, sometimes maybe to condition the people to do something, they just release this information here and there just to get Nigerians used to it. Again, sometimes, someone doesn't just have to come with a plan and just boom, everyone changes. No, the rumors and Nigerians, to be fair, I've interacted with a lot of people, and when I tell them that I'm Nigerian, they assume that I'm Muslim. The world actually thinks Nigeria is a Muslim state. I promise you that. So when they say Nigeria could be a Muslim, it's not an unattainable, far-fetched idea. It's a thing. If you are recognized, people have literally told me, oh, it's a majority Muslim country. And I'm like, excuse me? Absolutely not. Because we have, also Christians as well, even traditional worshippers. But the main religion in the country is not Islam. It's not. So yes, nothing is far-fetched, nothing is impossible. Just at this point, when it comes to fasting and praying, and when pastors are involved, this is the kind of prayers that we should be doing. Anyways, put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.